Hey now, it's The Rob from 106.1 KISS FM alongside my broadcast colleague.
How's it going? Eric Cornish from 99.5 WKDQ. Yeah, Wrestlemania season.
This is going to be our last one before, our last enhancement talent before WrestleMania 30. And I'll tell you, I'm excited for the show.
Yeah, we've got great WrestleMania coverage here coming up for you, but don't forget to stick around to the very end. We're going to let you know once again a brand new link. We're going to change the link this week, and this episode of this week, figure out how you can win the big prize package for WWE Live, April the 27th at the Ford Center, 4 front row seats, souvenir chair, poster, all that good stuff. So stick around to the end.
That's right. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. I got a few emails. One I want to shoot to you right now, Eric. This one's catching you off guard. I know you haven't heard this question, but okay. Joseph on my Facebook page wants to know. He said, "Thanks for the info on the contest. I entered. I hope to take my 2 boys. Why does Kane wrestle in dress pants now?"
Because he's corporate Kane.
That's right.
What else would a corporate Kane wrestle in?
He needs to, of course, wear the outfit that fits his new character.
More importantly to me, why did we go from 1 week? See, this goes back to pet peeves and the inconsistencies in the story. Why did we go to 1 week Triple H going, we can't have executives for the WWE getting involved in matches? And then all of a sudden now he's involved. He has his own matches every week. So
well, not only does Kane have those matches, but Triple H is going to be part of WrestleMania.
That's true. That's true. So.
And then we got an email from Craig, and Craig is going to be that email is going to be the meat and potatoes of this particular episode. And I don't know why we never thought of it, but it makes perfect sense. How about some WrestleMania predictions?
I think that's perfect, and I think we should start with the pre-show.
Okay, let's do it.
Pre-show coming up, of course, a 2-hour pre-show leading up to the 4-hour WrestleMania, and just loads and loads of coverage on the WWE network.
Yeah, lots of network programming coming up too that I'm some of them excited for. Did you watch the press conference?
I did. I watched the press conference, and I think, interesting.
It was awful. It was unwatchably bad.
And I'm surprised Batista didn't get some heat on that, because Batista kind of just threw it all out the window.
I don't know what was going on with him. His whole rap was weird. The crowd wasn't mic'd properly. Like, the whole thing to me was very hard to watch.
Yeah, and they had it in New York for an event that's in New Orleans too. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this was at the Hard Rock Cafe in New York, which is formerly WWE New York.
Oh, that's right.
The very same venue.
That's absolutely right.
So interesting. Anyway, but yeah, I thought that was weird. Yeah, I did. I was there one time.
I was there one time for a Sunday Night Heat taping. It was the ones where they had like the matches pre-recorded, but then Al Snow and Michael Cole would host. Cool. And we were on like the entire episode. It was a lot of fun because we were just standing behind the announcers and just being goofy.
I was there Halloween night 2002. SmackDown was on the screens. And then they had hosting a SmackDown party. Crash Holly was in the house, yeah. And that night also the Misfits, who later became stars, I guess, in WCW, played a concert there. Halloween night, New York City, at the World, as it was called at that point. But anyway,
my lasting impression of that was that Al Snow is super nice to us. Like, just would come over and chit chat and like commercial breaks and stuff, and I had a very pleasant experience with him. So
sweet.
Shout out to Al.
All right, well, let's go pre-show action. I'm kind of disappointed for a couple reasons. This one's on the pre-show, but the Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the WWE tag team titles: the Usos, Los Matadores, the Real Americans, and Ryback and Curtis Axel. Interesting match. I feel bad for the Usos and for the Real Americans, who have especially worked very, very hard this year, and they're not on the actual show, but they are, I guess.
I'm with you. I actually think this is not the regular show, but I understand what you're saying. They do get to, it's the WrestleMania moment at least. Is there a match you'd rather see on the pre-show? Because I'm not sure that there is. I'm glad they went with this and not the Andre Battle Royal.
Right. No, I agree. Nothing that's on the card at this point.
Except for the ladies.
I would have rather them done Los Matadores versus Ryback on the pre-show, and then put a singles or a regular tag team match, Usos versus the Real Americans, on the card. Mm-hmm. But okay, I can handle this.
Sure.
On this one, I think the Usos have done a great job. I'm glad they finally got the titles. But I'm going to have to go with the Real Americans on this one.
Oh, really? Do you see a title change?
I see a title change on the pre-show, especially with the network and the live coverage and trying to get the buzz. I think they'll do the title switch, and I think the Real Americans will pick it up.
It is in my. I would predict a split before a title change for the Real Americans. If I'm placing a bet, which you know I do win these wrestling bets quite a bit, my money's on the Usos.
Okay.
I would not mind seeing a split between the Real Americans, although I don't know the WrestleMania pre-show is the place to do it.
All right. Well, then we move on to the six-man tag on the card, the Shield, taking the babyface role here in this match, or at least the tweener role, if nothing else, versus Corporate Kane and the Corporate Outlaws. Will they wear slacks too? I don't know. But what do you think on this one?
This one is the one I feel least sure about. I feel like, I don't want to be a broken record, this is the one where the Shield splits up. And I'm actually going to go against what my brain is telling me, because to me, you have the Shield versus kind of three guys who are thrown together a little bit. They haven't tagged, before, at least not much. I can see the Shield splitting up. I would say Kane and the Outlaws may pick up a victory, leading to a dissension in the Shield.
Okay, all right. I don't think the split is coming yet. I think it will come eventually. I don't see the Shield splitting up on this one. I see them picking up a pretty clear victory.
This is
over
cool
the veterans
because we've already got two disagreements. We're two matches in and two disagreements. Let's keep going here. The next match that we have written down is the Divas Invitational. This is one I really couldn't care less about. I'm just going to go with the rules here. There's like 14 girls happening at once.
Every diva, they're in the ring, but the rules are just a one fall.
Please keep this short. One fall. I'm just going to go with AJ title retention.
I think this is going to be one where every diva kind of shines, gets their own move or whatever, and then it'll be over. I kind of wish they would go back, because there's been some good Divas matches on WrestleManias, but it was just one-on-one, or it was a triple threat.
Does one jump out at you?
I don't,
I'm setting you on the spot like that.
No, there has been some. I think you had one with Jazz and Victoria.
That's the first one that came at 19?
And Trish, was it Trish or... Yeah, I'm trying to think. But no, see, it obviously doesn't jump out enough for me to remember. But I remember there weren't bad matches. Just over the last, 5-6 years, it seems like everyone's been about like this. All of the divas, throw them in there, have Kid Rock play and miss half the match, whatever.
I remember that
but
one.
I'm gonna go with AJ retaining on this one as well. I wanted to say Natalya, just that feel good moment, but I feel like AJ's gonna retain on this one.
Okay, I agree. The next one we have written down is The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
100% The Undertaker. Brock Lesnar is not the person to break the streak. If anybody ever does, Brock's certainly not that person.
We agree 100% on this one.
It's going to be a great match.
There's no other answer, I think, for this one. This one's going to be Undertaker. I think if you think otherwise, you're foolish.
Yeah.
Want to move forward?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We've got John Cena taking on Bray Wyatt. Interesting match. This was hard for me to kind of figure out how this one's going to go.
And I haven't written down an answer for this one because I don't know what to make of this one.
I'm between either Bray Wyatt getting the win or John Cena winning by disqualification. This feels like one that could go on for a little while. I don't feel like we've cracked the surface of this storyline yet. So I would be okay with the disqualification finish. The only thing that I would not be okay with in this one is a super John Cena victory. I don't think it does anything for the Wyatts at this point, or Cena for that matter, because this isn't a title match. This isn't a main event match in the scheme of things. So it's very different for John Cena in this role.
This is the role I like John Cena in, and what I mean by that is he's not chasing a title, nor is he a champion. He's not in the main event, and this is where he's so palatable for me. I can really enjoy when he's shoved down our throats. I can't stand the guy, but when he's being used like this, I get really into him. I'm going to go ahead. I'll make my official prediction is going to be a Cena win, but I have no basis for thinking that. Okay. I just feel like it's going to be one of those deals where Wyatt will lose but come out stronger, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly understandable.
I don't know how they're going to write that, but it's going to be one of those deals where even though Cena gets the victory, everyone's going to be remembering Bray Wyatt.
And of course,
that kind of deal.
You've got Harper and Rowan out there too. This will be their only involvement in the entire pay-per-view, at least as we see it now. So you think they have to be involved somehow with this match. So that's why I'm kind of leaning. I'll go ahead and lean towards Cena by DQ.
Okay.
I'll say that.
So we both think Cena there.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. The Andre Battle Royal.
Yes, this one's tough because there's so many guys in it, and you don't really. I mean, nobody stands out as like this could be this is definitely the guy that they need to push. We don't know if it's going to be, a one-time thing where they pay tribute to Andre with, your token win, or if it's going to be somebody out of the blue that wins and gets a big rub off of this thing. I have 2 names written down at this point.
I do too.
Depending on which direction they're going to go. If they go with the whole, Andre, theme here, I see the Big Show coming out on top.
That's the name my money's on.
And it would make sense. So I kind of want to go there. So you've got Big Show there. Okay.
He's one of the 2 names I've written down.
If they go the other direction, and I had a hard time with this one too, which guy would they want to give the biggest shove to here? And
that's funny because that's what I have also.
And I came down to Dolph Ziggler, although I'm not sure that I'm not sure that they're on that train anymore in the WWE, but that's the name I have down there. So I'm kind of between those 2 and trying to decide who else did you have.
Well, last I saw, there were still 3 open slots. And by God, I'm sticking by this. I really want to see that Alexander Rusev character thrown in there and win. But I don't think he will be.
Yeah.
And so if my answer is a Big Show unless Alexander Rusev is in it. Okay. I don't expect him to be.
And he could be. Those 3 open spots, I expect maybe one to be a new guy. Maybe a couple could be returning guys. Like I said, Evan Bourne, might be ready to come back. RVD, maybe, maybe even Chris Jericho, but I don't expect that to happen.
But now I'm thinking, though, I didn't even think about this. The irony, isn't Rey Mysterio in that match?
Yes.
The irony of the little guy winning the big guy trophy.
Yeah.
A trophy that's bigger than him.
True.
I'm now just realizing that. But I'm sticking with my prediction, and my prediction is Big Show.
Okay, and you know what? I'm going to have to do that too. I think I'm going to go with Big Show.
Okay.
I think we agree on that.
There seems to be some sort of... They always seem to highlight him when they talk about this.
Yeah.
Whether it be in video or in commentary, they always seem to highlight Big Show. So maybe that's the plan for him.
And I think he's getting close to the end. I think this may be a big thing for him. And instead of highlighting one of the newer guys that can use it, like Sheamus. Well, not that Sheamus is a newer guy, but a guy that kind of needs it right now. Sheamus, Big E, Dolph. Any of those guys could use it. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Big Show. Okay,
I'd like to know your thoughts on Triple H versus Daniel Bryan.
I think Triple H has done a mighty fine job of kind of quote-unquote trolling the internet fans and making them think, oh goodness, he's gonna bury Daniel Bryan. He's gonna win. He's gonna go. Here's the simple fact here: Triple H, Orton, and Batista. As exciting as that would be for 3 members of Evolution to go against each other, you've got no babyface to close the pay-per-view.
Right.
That can't happen.
There's no way. You can't have 2 heels facing each other, let alone 3.
You can't get real creative with this and have Triple H win and have, and I've heard people saying Vince comes back or Shane comes back and says, no, Daniel Bryan's in the match. I don't, that's too much for WrestleMania unbooked. That's a Raw thing. That's not a WrestleMania thing.
Agreed.
Bryan wins the match against Triple H, period, and goes to the main event.
That is my official prediction, but what I really think is going to happen, I believe there will be a schmoz ending and it will be a 4-way main event.
It's crossed my mind, but I just don't think that's WrestleMania.
And now you have Daniel Bryan overcoming 3 monster heels and giving him that boost that he needs. I don't think anyone in the right mind thinks that Daniel Bryan is not leaving with the title on Sunday. And it's so in Triple H's character to book himself into another match that it would not surprise me if there's like a squabbly finish, a schmoz as they call it, to Bryan and Triple H. But if I got to pick it, if I'm putting money on it, like that's me getting creative.
Right.
If I'm putting money on it, Bryan wins both matches.
Okay, and main event, Daniel Bryan, without a doubt. Batista can't win this thing. Orton could retain, but much less of a chance there. This show has to end with Daniel Bryan getting his revenge no matter what happens on Monday. If on Monday they screw him out of the title, I'm fine with that. Bryan must end with a clear victory, title raised above his head, and 70,000 people chanting yes. Has to happen.
This needs to be the Bryan era. Just like it would be like having Michaels win at WrestleMania 14. This needs to be his cannon shot. Yeah. Now's the time to do it. If you do it wrong right now, and in my opinion, having him lose the title tomorrow or the night after would be the wrong thing to do. Give him his Austin push. People are really on board. This is the time. So those are my thoughts on WrestleMania.
Yep, I think it's going to be a good one. A big 4-hour show from New Orleans. Wish I was there right now.
We're watching together.
That's for sure. Yeah, we'll watch it together, and we'll even we might even take some behind the scenes footage of us watching it.
Imagine that, Enhancement Talent fans. Behind the scenes photos, videos. Yeah. Keep your internets locked right here.
That's right.
Don't forget to win the prize pack, or at least enter to win the prize pack.
Here you go. Here's the new link right here. That's the new link that you got to look at and register to win that great prize pack, including 4 front row seats to the April 27th show at the Ford Center for WWE Live. For The Rob.
And for Eric Cornish.
This is the Enhancement Talent Wrestlemania.
We'll see you after WrestleMania.